I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is for Eco Van Kampen, Patreon request. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to everyone who has done very nice things, like either joining me on my Patreon or sending the request directly via PayPal. Either way is perfectly fine. If you're ever interested in doing that, feel free. If not, no worries. I really do appreciate it. But the review for today is for Eating from 2005. Now, this is a film that I remember seeing when it first came out on DVD, and I think the film is entertaining. Now, it's not as funny nowadays. I didn't laugh as much rewatch it as I did when I first saw it, but I still liked it okay. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Louise Guzman, Andy Milonakis, Dane Cook, which he's not as annoying here as he was in Simon Says. The director, I don't think, has went on to direct anything else. I think this is a film was wanting to do for a while. I believe he went on to produce, maybe even write the direct-to-video sequel Still Waiting, which I've never seen. Most of the cast doesn't return in that one. And also, I think he helped co-write that film called Tag, which I know my friend Mike OCP was a huge fan of. But this one is pretty much, it's Clerks, but it's in a restaurant. I don't think it's as well written as Clerks. There's a joke that goes on a bit too long where they have this game. It's kind of like how all the characters get linked together when you find out what the other characters are. They worked at this restaurant called Shenanigans. Ryan Reynolds is our lead. He's showing this new guy, this rookie, around, and he tells him about this game everyone plays where it deals with your balls. And you try to get people, other workers, to look at your balls, like, oh, in different positions, and then you could call them names and kick them in the ass. And yeah, it's juvenile. I thought it was a running gag that just went on for too long. I mean, I wouldn't say I cared a tremendous amount about that showing, I would say, their cocks, but really their balls. I just got old after a bit. But I did like the cast. You know, Ryan Reynolds, I do like him as a comedic actor, whether it be in Deadpool, The Hitman's Bodyguard, or even a film like this. I mean, yeah, he's playing the same type of character that you would see him play before in Van Wilder or in many other films, but he does that fairly well, in my opinion. Same as here. Justin Long, he's a guy who he's not sure what he wants to do with his life. Either he's going to accept this job at a higher position or something else. Andy Milonakis is one of the bus boys. Dane Cook is one of the cooks in the kitchen. Louise Guzman, he works in the kitchen as well. For the most part, I liked the cast. And there were at times I like the setup as well. Interesting enough, I mentioned Kevin Smith's Clerks. At one point, Kevin Smith was going to do a movie called Bussing, which was Clerks but a restaurant. I guess, hey, some people think alike. After Clerks, I'm sure people thought, what business can we do? Sorry about my sinuses. It's just the allergies going crazy this time of year for me. I apologize for that. So that, all that stuff. I apologize. I don't think it's as witty or as well written as an early Kevin Smith film. But I'll take this over the new Kevin Smith where he's just fucking writing on weed. Or maybe wrote the entire script on a joint of weed or whatever the fuck. I mean, I'll take this over James Silent Bob Reboot and Tusk and all this other stupid shit he does nowadays. But no, I don't think this film is as funny as Clerks or Mallrats or Clerks 2. But I did enjoy some of the characters. There's the girl who's very pissy. Oh no, they need to clean the shit out of his fucking brain sometimes. She got some laughs out of me. Luis Guzman, I like him as a character actor. Andy Milonakis and his buddy, they framed the new guy. What makes you think, well, cut you fool. Dane Cook, surprisingly enough, got some chuckles out of me. Like random when Ryan Reynolds is showing him around and you see Dane Cook from the back and he just says, welcome to Thunderdome, bitch. And I will admit, parts of that game that they play, like Luis Guzman, when he's doing the stuff, he's able to make it funny. Like he's trying to explain to guys, like, just don't pull down your pants and go, look at my dick. I like the way Luis Guzman, I think I like him as an actor. I think Luis Guzman, he's very good at saying these type of dialogue with the way his delivery of it. But like I was saying, I did enjoy quite a bit of this stuff where the delivery of the dialogue, like Luis Guzman and other characters, I would say that's what pulled me along for a good chunk of the movie. And there's some gross out humor. There's a customer who's being a particular huge bitch, and as they put it, it's our first official biatch of the day, and how they, well, Ryan Reynolds says it best, don't fuck with people who handle your food. So it definitely gives you pause to be nicer to people at whatever food place you go to, because you have some loogie for the gravy, some balls for the cheese on the bread, dandruff be the garlic salt. Nasty even thinking about it. Anna Faris, she's also in it. Her and Ryan Reynolds had something in the past. Haven't I been inside you? And then she gives shit to him. It showcases pretty much them during out the day. The new guy, they keep interrupting him so they won't let him talk. Ryan Reynolds, he doesn't really do much. I mean, he's in the film quite a bit, but I mean, physically, he doesn't really do much as a job. You have the one woman who's always pissed off. You have Justin Long, who's like unsure. And then he just fucked over for a tip. I said, no, you need this more than me, which is not something you're supposed to do. The cooks are having their own spiel. The 5-second rule. And they get the food off the ground within 5 seconds. It's one of those films that's hard to review because how do you review a film that's pretty much Clerks but in a restaurant where it's not as well written? It's not as witty, I thought, as Clerks. Like, Clerks cussed a lot as well. I love cursing. I love cursing. But I think because Clerks was strictly about dialogue, unless you did a little bit of Jay Silent Bob dancing or something. But then you have something like Waiting, where it seemed as if at times it was trying too hard to be shocking, so it becomes less funny. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, becomes, there's a scene where the girl's been pissed the whole time. She's like, well, why can't girls play that game too? And then she pulls her pants down, and obviously some effects they put on there where it looks nasty. And that's what I mean. It just, when it was trying to do that stuff, it seemed as if it was trying too hard. And I think that's my issue with the film. It just seems like it tries too hard. Like, look, we're funny, right? We're funny, right? It's like, just ease down here and there. Just ease up here and there. Some of the characters you didn't need. You didn't need the guy who, his whole spiel is he's working a double shift and he can't piss. And that's the guy who's brought back in the sequel. Still waiting. I think there's a couple other, like, I think Luis Guzman's in it. I think Andy Milonakis is in it. So yeah, I still enjoyed it for the most part because I like Justin Long. I like Ryan Reynolds. I don't mind Anna Faris. I don't mind her in the first couple Stereo movie films, among others. She did fine in this. And she's not playing the character like she did in Stereo movie. And yeah, I like the setup. I like the idea. This all takes place in a restaurant. I like the idea of a Clerks-style movie in a restaurant. There are a couple moments that made me chuckle. The very end of the film, where the rookie guy has fed up and he tells everyone off. And this is his line, so don't get mad at me. I'm saying, repeating a line he said. And he's talking to Ryan Reynolds. Oh, look, I'm so smart, I'm so hip and funny. You're like the smartest kid with Down syndrome. That's not something you would say today. That's like being the smartest kid with Down syndrome. And then he's talking to Justin Long. Oh, well, I don't know what I want to do. Join the fucking army if you don't know what to do. That was probably one of the biggest laughs I got was from that guy finally telling a lot of these people off. So yeah, I did get chuckles out of the film. I did get laughs out of the film. I do think the movie tries too hard to be shocking or vulgar to elicit a laugh. Like, we did that, you don't laugh, right? Some characters, like the guy who can't piss, you could take him out. And maybe give a little bit more to Ryan Reynolds. Because there's really not much to him as a character. I think that's the thing with Clerks, is that with Clerks, yeah, they said crazy stuff, but you still kind of knew them as characters one way or another. So when he got to the end, it felt like a story happened. Here, the best he did is, well, Justin Long decides he's going to quit. Okay, do I care? Not really, but that's kind of the difference between Clerks and Waiting, where Clerks is wittier, I find it funnier, and it felt like there's a little semblance of a story. Here is just an assembly of events. I know this sounds like a rant. I don't hate the film. I do like it. I did find quite a bit of it. I'm trying to be vague on some of the stuff I found funny because I don't want to give all the gags away. I think if you like Clerks and those type of movies, I think it's worth at least a watch. If you like Ryan Reynolds, it's worth a watch as well. If you like raunchy comedies, it's worth a watch. It's still enough fun and entertainment. I don't think you're going to get mad at watching it. I mean, I wasn't rewatching it. I still liked the film. It just wouldn't be a favorite of mine, if that makes sense. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.